Good evening, good evening, good evening. Who's going to join us for this nighttime chit chat? And that's all it is, a nighttime chit chat. A bit of light-hearted laughing and joking, hopefully. Maybe some serious stuff get talked about, but you never know. So let's see who's floating about at this time of night. Hey, you, John, are you in bed? Are you in bed, love? Oh dear. Might only be you joining us. Hang on, she's back. I've muted you. Hang on. I've unmuted you now. I didn't know whether you were going to stay out, so I muted camera.
It's okay. Yeah, they've gone. They're on the way.
They're on the way. Oh, that's good.
They're on the
Evening,
way.
Joyce, how are you this fine evening? Have you come for a few giggles? Just downstairs, only just finished my tea. Oi, oi, Donna. Oi, oi.
I hope you've had something nice, John.
Beans on toast.
I've had chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice.
Sweet and sour chicken and rice.
I had chicken with sweet and sour and chips.
Nice.
John
yeah, Erin didn't do me no chips. I must have been naughty today.
John had beans on toast.
Hey, I love beans on toast.
Underrated. Listen,
I don't have it very often, but it's underrated.
It is very underrated. It's nice to see
Hey up,
John.
Joyce. Hey up, Donna.
He's had cheese and beans on toast. Evening, Diane.
But
how are
posh,
you?
Yeah, very posh.
I know. It's a good job we're in separate beds, isn't it?
Hey, Dad. Hi, Kate.
Hey, Katie. How are you, my lovely lady? Look,
he's going to be tooting all night.
It's like deja vu. I think this is the fourth time I've been on today. This morning. Hey, what do you think about this morning, though? You were listening in, weren't you? Doing that self-care thing. I think that's really.
I thought it was really, really good.
I'm going to continue doing that for morning. So anybody joining that wants a bit of self-care or learning how to do self-care, please join us. Daryl, what's a cooking? Cheesy beans on toast. What's a cooking in the house? Hey, Michelle. Just a quick comment before I go to sleep. Oh, bless Michelle. I bet you don't go to sleep straight away. You're working early in the morning. Hey, Neil. Hey, Charles. Sending love across the pond, my lovely. I hope everything's good with you, my sweets. So, yeah, we're just on for a midnight chat. So, evening, Odin's Way, Dan. Not doing any readings tonight, Kate. I did them this afternoon. Tonight, it's just a chit chat for like a late night chat. Because we're not getting out as much. You guys don't get to see Claire unless we're out on investigation. And because we've not been out on investigation, I don't want you
going out on Saturday.
I'm very excited. I don't want you forgetting about Claire because Claire's part of the team, but she's never on. So I thought, well, get Claire on. And we had such a blast last Wednesday night. It was like, oh my God.
We won't be laughing, John. We never laugh.
I won't be laughing. I'm still got to be quiet. Where's my blanket? Oh no, I've got my cardigan to laugh into. I've got no milkshake, so I can't spit milkshake all over your desk.
I've got no water.
It's a good job he were asleep last week when I spat that all over his chest. Oh, we are on Saturday. We are. We're at ghost hunting Saturday. Actually, well, it's a bit of a twist to Saturdays because it is sort of an event that we said we were going to do. Now, first off, we weren't going to go live full stop because we were going to do it so everybody else that could sort of like do the ghost hunting themselves. But I think what we're going to do, John says, I think we're going to go live for a bit, come off, and then we might finish up on members later on at night. But we will come on and we will do some stuff. But then I think we're going to do some pre-recording. Good evening, Jules. How are you? It was brilliant this evening at church. Jules, Yolanda's still not very well, unfortunately. She's in bed with a very bad migraine. 2 days running.
Sending love, Yolanda.
All her throat's been hurting as well. So I don't know if she's watching on YouTube and just like got it on in background and just not speaking, or whether she's just off keeping off altogether. Good evening, Yaz, how are you? But yeah, watch out for that one-eyed snake. I know. I wonder if he's going to pop. I wonder if he's going to pop in later on tonight. This one-eyed snake.
Did you find it?
I can't believe my drawing got chucked in the bin.
Oh, Dawn.
But yeah, I'm blaming Dawn because I can't find me one-eyed snake anyway, and that were a very artistic.
Right good picture.
So tonight in church, right? In spiritualist church, it's not a church, spiritualist church. We all have a cup of tea afterwards, Claire.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. D. We all have a cup of tea afterwards, and we all have a chit chat. Well, you know how I get like a little bit flustered, so I sort of like went like this with my hair, right? Is it that way? Hang on. What did I do? I did something, curled it up. I can't get it how it went. Hang on. I'm going right. The camera's the wrong way. Where's the quiff going? Which way is the quiff going? Something like that anyway. All right. And hey, Diane, how are you? How is the one-eyed snake? I don't know. He's not in yet. So there's a couple of ladies, right, who sit round at the bottom. They're right naughty, these women, I'll tell you. Bex is one of them. Mantha is one. Neat is another. I can't remember lady in middle, and I do apologise.
I'm terrible with names.
Then there's Donna. Then there's Linda. Anyway, I got my hair, because I'm faffing with my hair like this. So, what film am I? If it twists in your hair, I'm going back, it's an old film. What film am I trying to be? Like that? Yeah, that's better. What film am I? Come on, guys.
Help me out, guys.
It's more focused on the hair. What have I got in my hair?
Hairspray.
Spunk. Something about Mary. That's what they called me. Something about Mary, because my hair, I don't know what I'd done. I'd sort of like twisted my hair up and it was like stuck up, but they were like a kiss curl on top of my head. And
fire.
Yeah. Jules is. Did Jules say it's something about Mary? Jules, you got it spot on. Jules, you were on it one. I think that put it. That's something about Mary. Oh my God! I just can't. Hey, Donna. I just sort of like I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "Spunk in the hair." No. But yeah. So my new name now is, did they say something about Mary, or they calling me Spunky? I don't know. Whichever one they come on and say. So if any of them come on and call me Spunky, you know why? Because I was doing an impression of something about Mary.
Can't do that with my hair. I've got a red face.
You've got a red head. A red head.
I've just had an hair colour put on and it's like everywhere, all on my face.
Yeah, but we
can't put my hair up.
We can't see from this angle.
My mum's coloured my ears, my neck.
Do you know it's like a bloodbath though, isn't it, when you're taking it?
I've just washed it off. It looked like someone had been slaughtered in bath.
Was that with Ben Stiller in? It was Ben Stiller. Okay, Spunky giggles. Oh, dear. Yeah. So next week when I go on purpose, I'm going to stick some in my hair that's, hey, Helen, I'm going to stick it in my hair that really does look like a white piece of smoke. Going to church with, just so I can walk in and show him I'll have to look for some really thick air piece or something. Anyway, as I was saying to Claire beforehand, we've done Transfiguration this evening, and I'll tell you something, it's really good. We didn't go deep Transfiguration. There's different levels that you can go to apparently, but the one that we did was absolutely amazing. Claire, cannot wait to get you into this and get you doing trans, because it's just like, honestly, John's face changed so many times. Donna went really young. John looked like he was Chinese, and all his wrinkles had gone from his face, and I couldn't see a wrinkle. But then, like I say, his eyes went funny, and it looked like he got a scar coming here. when Donna did it, Donna's face went like a child's face. It went really small and altered state. That's what it's called. It's not called transfiguration. It was altered state we'd done. So there's a big difference between the two. Yeah, Donna's face went really small, like a child. It were right. It were really.
So what's the difference between transfiguration and altered state?
I don't know,
No,
but there must be a difference. For John to have just put transfigured altered state,
it was altered state.
I think it might be on similar lines to it, but not as deep as trans, probably. Is that where it is, John? Is altered state, you don't go in as deep as you would do if you were doing trans. But I were a bit nervous, I'm a bit nervous about it, because I know you've seen somebody do trans. That sounds brilliant. Wait until we're doing
I caught Jules.
I know, Jules.
See, but yeah, I've seen it twice, but it freaked me out, you know. We're Cross Keys, where we did it, with black-eyed children.
No, I thought he did it in.
No, he did it there as well. Yeah, he did it there as well. Yeah, and that was freaky that kept coming through, but it was same face. It was really good. No, but it's funny because I kept seeing this gentleman, and Angie actually described what I was seeing as well at one point. He'd got a scar.
Did your granddad come through though, Claire, when he did it in hotel?
First time, yeah.
The first time he did at Station Hotel.
He got Angie to sit at the side of me here, and she actually saw her grandmother.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Well, one good thing coming for you and Jules is you and Jules can partner up when you go, you see.
Yeah.
You two can partner up because it's not like you live together or work together or anything like that. So you and Jules can actually partner up together. So at least you're working with somebody you know. Obviously, when it comes to having a three, they'll chuck somebody else in there, but you two can actually work together, which is going to be right good.
Looking forward to it.
And then we can come and torment you. John's put cheeky get. He ain't got wrinkles. He has
4 crosses, that right, John? 4 crosses.
The 4 Crosses Hotel. But who's excited for this weekend for getting back here and ghost hunting? It's gonna. I can't wait.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I said earlier, it seems so long since we've been out now. It's just like
I said to John, I forgot. What happens if I forgot what to do?
It's getting back into it, but I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully as well, the weather's going to start turning a lot better. I said to John, when we do go out, we might end up going to maybe cemetery or abbey or somewhere where we can get to without getting wet. I mean, I do want to meet. I want to do. Go on. What do I want to do? Sherwood Forest, and there's that place. Brilliant Sherwood Forest, but there's also that place opposite Sherwood Forest, John. I forgot what you call it. You might know. Even if we into the group next time, we will still be together for the altered state. Yeah, we will. That's what I'm saying. We can still torment them. Evening, Philip. How are you? Jules Derby. Fancy seeing you here.
We need to go back to that place as well, where we couldn't get into that time when we were driving all the way around, and we ended up at Skulls. We went there a party on or something, or a bouncy castle.
Yes.
And we never got to do it, did we?
No, we didn't. So maybe going back. There's also what's that other place where we can go? Bloody hell. There's like an outside church. We've done it once before. It's a Boy Scout thing. Good evening, my Philip Ashcroft Hall. My gorgeous Philip Ashcroft Hall, may I say. So yeah, there's that. Did you been to that one with us, haven't you? Did you go to that one with us, Claire?
It's not ringing any bells.
That one were really good. It's the come on, John, help me out with this. I'm a bit stupid at this time of night. There's like an outside church, but it's actually on. It's where Boy Scouts or something go. But the church is like the church. It's not like a real church now. It's at Scout camp, but you've got like the seats that have they're like brick, stone. It's So you've got all the stone seats, you've got the font at the front, and they don't mind you going up there either.
That's good.
As long as if the scouts are out, obviously if they're out doing something, they want to go in, then you have to let scouts go in. Because last time we went, I think there were like 3 teams of different scouts out there, and we just couldn't do it because every time we wanted to go in, another team at scouts, and they were like out walking around. So I haven't done at Parks of High
Scout camp.
Parks of History. I don't think we have done Parks of History yet. No. Terrible weather down in Lincoln.
Yeah,
I know.
Terrible,
it used to be an army training camp for World War One. That's what it used to be.
Oh, brilliant.
And that's the Lincoln. So that's one we could look at going back and doing
definitely.
When weather gets good, because that's quite a nice one to go. Where else is there? There's loads of places that we can get going. But I just want to get back out there.
I do.
I'm hoping that on Saturday night we're gonna because of the way we are, Claire, and we got stuff in there last time. I'm hoping that we'll get more coming in. Lindsay, John, Claire, Yo-Yo, or any of you going to the special Tuesday Rob Johnson at church? Doesn't say what he does. Is that the one we go to, Jules? Because if it's next Tuesday, I'm up for that, my lovely. I don't know if you are, Claire, going next Tuesday.
I don't think I've got anything on.
Well, don't plan anything in, because honestly, it's a really good night, and plus then you get to meet everybody. Because a lot, well, new faces there as well, but there's some really good one. Jules put it down as a date in the head. Red can do Salisbury Forest. Redhead is calling you Redhead is Daryl. Redhead can do Salisbury Forest on Friday. I dare you. She can't do anything Friday. We're going out Saturday, Daryl. I will have to check my diary. Mr. Brown. You ain't got a diary. It's up here.
Mr. Brown, you just get told what to do.
You just get told what you're doing. Come on, play fair. So have you got any funny tales to tell, Claire?
Have I got any? Do you know what? I don't think I have.
I'll just put you in deep end there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to vape. I've been stuck in, not stuck. I've been in the church, and obviously you can't vape in the church. So, and because it's like a nighttime chit chat, then we're okay to vape vape and smoke while we're talking.
I'm gonna say I need a cigarette. I've had mum and dad here, and I can't smoke it.
I know. We've just bought a new lamp though. I think John's already set it up, so I can't show you. Do you know, like the lamp we've got there?
Yeah.
I forgot even what that's called. Go on. Cellulite lamp.
Cellulite. I'll sell you a light. Cellulite.
It's a cellulite lamp, everybody. If you want one, just cut your fat off and mold it into a lamp. Selenite. I see selenite. Our closest selenite to cellulite, eh?
It's similar, isn't it? Yeah.
But we've just bought a bigger one of them that plugs in. And what we've realised is, through doing the crystal books, is selenite. You know when you get your pink salt lamps that you can get.
Yeah.
The cellulite. Well, I've got cellulite in my head. Selenite. Does exactly the same.
Yeah, I've got a salt lamp.
Have you? Is it big, mini?
No, it's about that.
See, that one should cleanse all the downstairs, apparently.
Yeah.
If it's a decent size, or at least it should do 2 of your rooms downstairs. We've got one, but it's not changing. It's not going to be multicolored like that one is, because obviously that one's on that. Actually, when you hold it, look, it doesn't light up at all. That.
Oh wow! Yeah.
But what does light up
is the base
underneath it, and I've just done something and knocked it off. So John might have to come up because I've done something to it. I've changed settings somehow.
Get told off.
It's back on. Look, can you see it changing colour? So it's the lamp underneath that changes colour. So when you put your selenite on it, it changes colour. So it's really quite good. It's all about the bass, no trouble. Come on, Claire. It's treble in it, all about the bass, no treble. I always said trouble.
I used to.
About the bass. What was that other dance you were doing last week, Claire? What was that one for?
I remember.
What was that? What were we doing that one for?
I don't remember.
I got plenty of cellulite, but you don't got any salt.
Oh, it was Boris likes to party.
That were it. Boris likes to party.
Boris
There we
likes
go.
to party.
Jules says I've got plenty of cellulite as well. I don't think I could sell mine.
Purple Rain? You ever done that?
Purple Rain. Gio. Have you heard our voices?
Yes, please.
It's not karaoke, Daryl.
I'll sing it if Lindsay sings it.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Yeah. Now, if I get shouted at, or daughter comes walking in, you're all in trouble. I shall ban every one of you. But, yeah. So, look, it looks like I have got 4 eyes, literally, when I go like that. Look.
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark. Oh, hang on. Baby Shark. Do 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 do. Baby Shark. Come on, Claire. Do 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 do. Baby
Granny Shark.
That's Granny. That's Mummy. That's Daddy. That's Granddad.
Night, John.
Night, sweetie. Love you. Leave the bedroom light on so I don't fall over. Can't even think of any other annoying
Should
songs.
do Sing Night. Oh my God, you don't want to listen to me sing.
I know a song for you, Claire.
I know a song that'll get on your nerves.
Get on your nose. Get on your nose. Get on your nose. What else can we sing? I don't know. We need to sort a quiz out. We do need to sort.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
But Claire did come up with a brilliant idea last week of Pictionary, to do Pictionary, and that we're going to need 4 people on, because there's going to have to be 2 teams. So there's going to have to be like me and Claire and John and somebody of his choosing to come on and play Pictionary. But you guys, you guys are going to have to like be our helpers to guess on who gets the points. So make sure you let the ladies win. But yeah, but we'll have a game of Pictionary with them, and but we'll take your answers. We'll not put our answer. All right, we might put some of our answers in, but we'll pick an answer that you guys put into chat. Jules is singing away. Wig wham bam, gonna make your heart slam. Wham bam bam.
Bam bam bam.
I'm not doing that.
Bam,
I'm not doing that front thrust. I'm on wheels.
I'm on wheel.
You, my lovely. I hope you're feeling a little better. I think we're losing him, Claire. We're losing him.
Go.
Call her Redhead. Her name's Claire. Redhead. Dear no. Little Miss Red Riding Hood. Hey, boy. How are you? Looking forward to Saturday. Hey.
I know, I finally get to meet Scotty.
I know. But I do think we are going to have to put some rules in place, though, when we're there for those that are filming. Like I said, I think what we're going to have to do is pick a point that all cameras have to be facing, and anybody stood behind are the ones that don't want to be seen. Anybody that goes in front, and if everybody goes in front, then cameras can go everywhere. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's going to be.
How many's going, Lindsay?
I think there's the. Don't know if this is the 12 of us, 13, 14, because there were 14 tickets altogether, but there were still 2 tickets left. But them 2 tickets, we've not sold them. So I think, but to be honest, the smaller the group, the better. I think 14 would have been a right amount. But I think sticking to the 12 that we've got coming now, I think that's better. It's not going to alter the price of the tickets. I'm not going to be putting price at tickets up or anything. Me and John will stand to what's been out, because it's not down to, it's nobody's fault that this has happened. You know what I mean? So I'll no longer be a mystery.
I know. I've got an image of you in my head, and I want to see if I'm right.
He's a mystery. No, do you know, Scotty? Everybody's got what we think in our head you're going to look like, and who's going to be right. And when we meet you on who thinks you're going to look like what we've pictured you in our head. Yeah. Lindsay, I haven't been acting right since my near death when I had my surgery. Oh, bless you, Deanna. You'll need to rest. You'll also need to build up your energy back up, because if you've had a near death experience, I don't know whether what your thoughts are, Claire, but for my thoughts, it would definitely be an energy. You need to like reset your energies, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
For going through what you did, my love.
I think it'd knock everybody's duck off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Jules has put, I'm going to put my big girl knickers on one night and come out on one of your...
Yes, Jules, make sure you do.
Jules, you don't need it to be a special evening to come out and join us, my lovely. You can come and join us. And Gaz can come with us. Get this in on one minute. Gaz, what about you talking? You can come. Gaz, you've got to come. But you can come and join us. Anybody can come and join us any night when we're out and about. But no, any time, Jules. Don't have to think you've got to come out on a special, because you aren't, my lovely. I know Steve at Spiritualist Church tonight. He said he'd love to come out with us. But I'm going to get Steve on. Steve, I started talking to Steve last week. I'll tell you something that's right interesting. I've got a picture on my phone. I'll have to find it in a minute. Steve does NLP, right? He worked through NLP. I would shite myself. You wouldn't shite yourself.
You wouldn't.
Fine. You'd be fine with us women. Guys will be sat in court shitting himself. Come on, guys. You can do it, lad. You can do it. But he does spiritual NLP. So I didn't really understand the difference, but I spoke to Paul, and Paul, I said to Paul about him and Steve like chatting. So I'm going to set up a group for Paul and Steve to chat, like just to get to know each other. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to bring them on a chit chat one night, so we can
good.
So we can hear the different sides of NLP and different workings as well, because I find it all amazing. Much love, my lovely Deanna. Just make sure you refresh your energies, charge your chakras up, and just get plenty of rest, my lovely lady. That's the best thing to do. And you'll have to tell us, not now, obviously, but you'll have to tell us about what you went through, Deanna, and how you near death.
Just let everything sink in first.
But we'll not do it now. We'll do it when the mood's set to do. Instead of talking about it now and then going into something that'll be totally random to that topic. So that'd be brilliant. Yeah, get it done as soon as you can, Deanna. Just listen to some meditation, even if it's music. You'll definitely do it. Defo, you're coming, Gaz, or defo, you'd pooping car. Listen, we all say we're going to poop in car when we do these ghost thingies, but we don't, because it's nowhere near as bad as what
you remember that first time I contacted you and John?
Yeah.
I said I'd never go out.
Yeah, you did. You said you'd never go out. You said you'd never call out on your own. You'd never even do a lone vigil on her own. Do you know, now we can't keep her back. She's like, because there's nothing to fear, though, is there, Claire?
I do get obviously I do get that eerie feeling sometimes when I'm in fight or flight mode. But it's because I pick up on things So yeah, sometimes, you know,
It's the
like my
energy.
senses are heightened and I get that funny feeling, but not enough to like make me woof
Yeah,
or shit myself.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
gives you that bit of sometimes, but yeah, I didn't think I'd ever be able to do it.
But you can do it.
Yeah,
And I
everyone
think it makes a
can.
difference as well when you're doing it with other people that are on the same
Yeah,
mental
yeah.
level
I mean,
as
don't get me
yourself.
wrong. I wouldn't go out on my own ghost hunting. Obviously, I'd go with you and John.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out on my own.
No. You never know. You and Ange
No,
might have a little walk through one day.
yeah, maybe, but I'm not ready for that.
We'll not put you
I
doing.
feel
We'll
more
not put you
comfortable
out
with
on your
people
own
that are
then.
more experienced. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we're not that much experience, but it's just
No, but you
I
know what
know
I'm
what you're
saying?
saying.
Yeah.
Gaz has been to some strange places and crap myself them all. Dear, no, but I get what you're saying. It's easy. It just seems it feels better when you're doing it.
It does. It
Yeah,
does. It
definitely.
does. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I literally haven't a clue. I've got like brain freeze coming in. Scott, I'll
I'll
definitely.
definitely crap myself. I'll take you some Pampers.
Scotty, you've got to do a lone visual on your own. See, I'm
Are you
messing.
taking, are you taking Pampers out baby wipes? You'll be
With stuff
fine,
you've
Scotty.
seen, Scott.
You'll be fine.
I know, but with the stuff he's seen,
It's a good experience.
I think it's a
I mean, I've
brilliant.
never been to this place, but it's a good experience. Definitely.
Yeah. Deanna, listen to your spirit guides first all day long. What are you doing? Cards, please. Not doing cards tonight, Tracy. I'd come on and did cards earlier on this afternoon. I did the tarot cards at 2:30. I don't know, but it was this afternoon anyway. So yeah, no tarots tonight, my lovely. Just look out for on page when I'm next doing my tarots, or if you have a look at the titles. If I'm doing tarots, it'll always say free tarot readings. Tonight is just a chit chat with me and Claire. Jules, Black Obsidian Crystal might help you, Diana, and asking Archangel Raphael to send you healing. Spot on, Jules. Spot on. See, I can't remember angels that we've talked about. We've talked about that many that, it's very strange. But please stay with us, Tracy. Don't disappear. Stay with us and have a chit chat. Told you to stop going to those dodgy dogging signs. Yes.
Oh, do you remember when we thought, I don't know if they were dogging when we got them sheep noises?
When we went to
Sheep were making right funny like noises and we thought they were dogging in. Yeah.
That was so funny. That young couple, weren't it, on grass verge at top under tree, and the position they weren't in, they weren't just sat listening and cuddling trees, I'll tell you. I think her knickers were round her neck and more. We were like that trying to zoom in the cameras to see. Oh dear. They also say rest. Also, I stayed at my sister's house last night, and her place she lives behind a funeral home where my mum had hers. Oh, bless my lovely. Well, just make sure that you stay safe, Deanna, my sweets. But yeah, it was so funny. Can you remember that one, Scotty? Where were we with that? We were at Fullwood. No, when we gone to Fullwood, because we were going to
that memorial thing, weren't it?
Yeah, it were. That were. Yeah. It's amazing what you see when you go out ghost hunting, you know, especially on summer nights when people think, well, it's just going dark, nobody's going to be about, and then this big filming thing comes back with big lights on, and me and Claire laughing and shining torches to see if we could get a better view.
And then you get people saying, "What you doing?" and you get hangers on. Oh God.
Oh dear.
Or homeless jumping out in a graveyard.
Like that dude that was asleep between graves.
I screamed that night.
That one. Hey, Barbara, my
I did
love,
scream.
well, sweet. That was so.
You said, I've just seen something move. Next minute, this plug just stands up and trying to get some sleep. Oh my God, I shit myself.
Claire, we were talking and we were calling out, weren't we? And we're saying, if there's anybody, we'd put all gadgets on the floor and we were asking spirits and energies, anybody there to come through. And next minute, we had this voice. Shut up.
I'm trying to get some sleep.
Shut up. And then, but they said it, but it was like right muffled, and we thought it was a spirit talk.
She said, I shit myself.
We calling out again, and then it going. That was scariest. I think, Barbara, that's got to be the scariest experience we've ever had. Is when an actual human we thought we'd heard, a disembodied voice, because there was nobody there. We'd walked past that about 20 minutes earlier, and
Jesus.
Yeah, and we thought we caught a disembodied voice till this thing stood up and went, "I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to sleep." Anyway, we did take him back to the car, bless him.
Yes,
and we did give him a blanket. We gave him a blanket and some, I think it was a half-drink bottle of water, or it might have been full. And it were a very active place, Jules. Honest to God, it was so funny. But it were. But I think scariest experience. Go on, Claire.
Scariest.
Near Ashover, they had to keep the gates locked because locals were complaining about all the people dogging there. Woof woof beep beep. We're not going there to investigate them.
Scariest. But the place where I felt most uncomfortable for me was that mill. You know, when we were in them woods and we saw that the steam coming up and we couldn't explain it, and we're saying, is it off the water? And then we saw that figure run across.
Yep. Yeah.
That Mill Museum, whatever it is. I felt really eerie all night there.
But we were hearing like.
But I were in fight or flight mode all night.
All night there, weren't we? Yeah. But can you remember we got people watching on YouTube and we got people watching on Facebook? And the funny thing is, you don't see it on YouTube, but you see it on Facebook.
Yeah, because now we're having an argument. Well, not an argument, a debate with Soldier. And I'm saying, can't you see it? And he's saying, no.
And he's saying,
yeah, and you couldn't see it on YouTube.
You couldn't see it. But on Facebook, you saw it crystal clear. But you did on YouTube, which made it a little bit more as well unusual, because why weren't it caught? It was the same thing. It was really weird because we were putting it up in Soldiers going, I can't see nothing. There's no there. It's just vape. It's just cigarette smoke. We were like, no, nobody's smoking.
No.
And it honestly, that was one of bestest. But like you said, Claire, you felt uneasy from start to finish.
All night, as soon as I stepped in there.
Yeah. Well, you had to walk down that hill on your own. And I come round to meet you on the scooter, if you remember. And then as we were walking in, it more or less started the minute we walked in. From when we first stood, you said that there was something over there. And then we got a bit of interaction coming. And then it's sort of like when we went across the bridge, the energy felt not darker. The energy felt deeper when you went across. You were sort of like looking to the side of you all the time, and the noises and the shuffling. That were really, that were really good. That one.
Scotty, I do remember that bloody night. Yeah.
Remember
when
that
Necromancer said, yeah, Jesus.
And I'm like, yes. Come with us. Come and have a walk around. Tell us all about it. Oh my God. I just left it to it. Poor Claire. We're like, get him away from me.
No, I was trying to keep him away from you, so you could carry on. So I was trying to, oh God.
No, but it was very strange. But I've been told now, I've been warned, I'm not allowed to say hello to anybody or say we're on a ghost investigation, or we're on an investigation. I'm not allowed to say those words anymore to anybody.
No,
I'm not even allowed, because apparently I attract them by just nodding or going hi. They just sort of like wander over.
Just say, oh, we're doing something for Crime Watch.
That's it. Do something for Crime Watch, disappear. Scott, trying to respectfully get him to disappear. Yeah. Does your sister feel comfortable there? And are the spirits livable to live with? I take it Jules is talking to Deanna, because Deanna's experienced a sister's house. The sister's house is behind a cemetery, and the curtains were moving the other day. And I think there's also been other different activities going off from what I'm getting in chat. I just like the place a lot, but in the day, beautiful place and scenery. I mean, trees and fields before I dig my hole bigger. What's that for dogging?
Hey up, Nanny Lane.
Nanny Lane, Nanny Lane, Nanny Lane. How are you, my lovely lady? Just being said earlier, we did, what did John call it? What did we do? I forgot what we called it.
People Transfiguration, it was other one.
Do you know, I always say people are drawn to me, Barbara, but I always say that, I always, do you know, when we're out, it's like I'm a magnet. I can be out in a pub anywhere. You could put me anywhere in a situation. You could put me in the roughest pub in Britain. You could put me in a park with different gangs of kids, and I would tell you now, I would attract them all. And not in a way that they would hurt me, but in a way where I'd be like mothering them. For some reason, it's just, I once sat outside pub, you know, on Handsworth Top, Claire?
Yeah.
I was sat outside Cross Keys, and this is going back some years. And our Rachel had got keys, and at that time, there were a lot of kids knocking about on top. It used to be Threshers on top. Next to Kohinoor, I think it used to be, on top of Handsworth. And there used to be a load of kids that knocked about there, and believe me, they were. I got on with them, but a lot of people were very intimidated by them. Yeah. And there were certain ones even I wouldn't have wanted to cross because the family names and stuff like that. And I've been drinking at Rachel's pub one Saturday afternoon. And I come out at pub, and these after I've been drinking afternoon, so about 7 o'clock at night, all these young ones started walking past. And they'd all got alcohol in their hands, and like one of them come up for a light, and I just started talking to him. Well, like, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing knocking about on a street corner at your age? How old are you? 19, 20. You need to get yourself. And this kid sat down and he's talking to me. Anyway, one of other ones, who was one I'm not going to mention, but one I wouldn't want to cross either. He's going, come on, stop talking to her, and come on. He's going, nah, I'm having a good chat here, mate. Go on, I'm listening. Anyway, he ended up sitting with me for about 2 hours, this kid. And you know, by the end of it, I think I'd talked his ear off. And it was like, but if I helped him one little bit and changed something thinking,
it was worth it.
I weren't bothered, you know. But no, honestly, I attract them all. I get people's life stories from. They've split up with her husband and they've kicked him out, or he's kicked her out. There were one time me and John had gone on holiday, and I said to him, there were this Claire, we'd gone to Norfolk somewhere with that gold. I don't know what it's called, but it's somewhere anyway. There's a place, Goldston.
Yeah.
And there was this pub in the middle of this like greenery where we were staying. We went into this pub. And John says, you do take me to a classy joint. You know how to take me to classy joints. As we walked through the door, there were 3 women and this bloke. And they were sat, and they were like effing and jeffing, proper fagging it. And we walked through, and we went to bar, and there were nobody serving. Well, it turned out that them all were sat outside smoking and swearing, but ones that were serving on bar. So they come in and they give us a drink, and we said, what food do you do? She says, we're not doing food. Food's not on now. We've finished serving food, but we can do you a crisp sandwich. I was like, okay. So we just about finished his drink, and I says, John, I'm going to go outside for a cigarette. I walked outside for a cigarette. Well, John walked at me and he went, don't tell her she can come and stop in our room because she's got nowhere to sleep, and husband's buggered off, boyfriend's buggered off and left her up here, and he's gone back to Lowestoft or somewhere. I'm like, I won't. And I'm saying to John, yeah, but we can't leave her out here. It's freezing. It's going to don't care. And I'm like, do you know, it was shocking. See John next time on live. We tell him I like his videos as much as I do with yours. Oh, bless Adam. Thank you. Adam, we are out investigating on Saturday. So John will be out with myself, Claire, and a load of others that are coming out with us. If you go to a hotel, I hope you don't make it haunted. You can't make a place haunted, though. It's one thing you can't. Nanny Lynn put, thank you. I had a good circle tonight. Oh, that's really good, Nanny Lynn, my lovely. Some weird things happen in the house, and something happened to me the other day. You're all right, Kelly. Might be because you're a bit run down, Kelly, that you're getting more attractions, maybe. I've got a question for you, though, and to everybody in chat and to Claire. Right. So we're talking about it's not a rude question. It's a genuinely honest question. So we talk about energy and us being energies, right? So there's different levels to energy, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you know when we're talking about as Desmonds,
yeah,
they're on a lower frequency than us. They've got to be on that, because if you've got the if you believe in angels or divine spirit or whoever you believe in, they're the highest frequency, your angels, your guardian, your spirits and stuff. Then there's like our energy, then there'll be mixed, but the Desmonds are going to have the lowest frequency. So how do they build the way up? Because if they're on that low frequency,
the thing is with Desmonds,
Desmond talk.
you do obviously get people that have said that live like being sort of like tormented by them, but for me, you mainly hear of people being possessed by them.
But so Gillian did a comment the other day. I don't know if you saw it, Claire. Tuesday night.
What about Desmond? I do believe that if, like I said in chat yesterday, if you have an angel, then there's got to be an opposite. There's always an opposite to something, isn't there?
There is.
Left, right, up, down.
But what would be the opposite to an angel? Right. So if you take a devil out and take the Desmonds out, what would be opposite to an angel?
It'd be a bad angel, wouldn't it?
Would be bad.
You'd have a good angel and a bad angel.
So where do the Desmonds come into this?
But then, weren't Lucifer an angel?
Lucifer, a fallen angel. But according to literature and all that crap, when you go back, I don't mean to call it crap, I do apologise.
No, I know what you mean.
When you look back at the original, Lucifer was his favourite. And he wasn't a fallen angel.
No, I forget this right. Didn't God kick him out of heaven because Lucifer got jealous when he made man? He said we were flawed. He didn't like us.
Yeah, but that's not according. That's according to the Bible. That's not according, apparently, to the first scriptures that come out.
No, that's according to Supernatural.
It's not.
It were nice, sexy Lucy.
Danny Lynn, you don't know what Desmonds are. Come on.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's a Desmond. Can they take higher level energies, and that's how they build up? Now, Jules, that's a good answer, because if energy takes energy, it does build, doesn't it? So I think the true demons are the frequency above the devil himself. Wow, Scots, that's deep. That's a deep one.
Is that something as well that you'd have to summon? Do you have to summon a Desmond, or does it just appear? I don't know.
Well, demons, apparently you are supposed to summon. So if you're supposed to summon a demon, then the negative energies that come to us, I'm not saying A Desmond, yeah. If you have to summon a Desmond, never heard of a Desmond. It's another word for a demon, Nanny Lane. But for me, yeah. So you're supposed to summon a Desmond. So if you're supposed to summon the Desmonds, the negative energy that's going around people, is it a lot of it? Is it, like they were saying, Paul and Thinger, is it to do with the inner devil herself that because our mind makes it because there's that much good, do you know, there's so much in there about demons on telly, about us Desi's on telly. So it's sort of like anything you come into contact with. But yeah, you are supposed to summon a demon when you read anything. You have to summon them. So I wonder whether people do summon them, and those that summon them lose control. And
you have devil worshippers, don't you?
You do.
That'd be right, Paul Scottish put. It'd be cool if we could get a demonologist on one week for Chip Fat Tuesday.
It would. We can have a look for a demonologist. I know Wild Bill has done a bit on. I think Wild Bill's a demonologist, but we've had Wild Bill on before. But it would be nice to get, like you say, there is somebody who I talk to that is a demonologist. Whether he'd come on or not, I don't know. I'll have a word. I'll send him a message on Facebook and see if I can get him to come on. Because I think it would be a really interesting conversation to have. How they can explain it all from. Can they pick up on your energy? Well, that's where I think it is, Jules. I think that when we're at a low ebb, we pick negative energies up. And I think some of the negative energies, because we don't get rid of them, build on that negative energy and build and build and build until then it becomes that deep that it does. But I don't know. I'm just like,
it can't just be that though, because like, I mean, as you know, I've been suffering with depression and anxiety, and I'm getting better, but I've been in a really, really dark place. And thank God,
you've not attracted. But this is it. So you've not attracted any negative edges, even though you've been in a dark place.
And a lot of people in dark places, and it's not something common that you hear of, is it? Do you know? Thank God.
No, it's not.
People see spirits, people see ghosts, but you don't see many people say, I've seen a Desmond.
But, you know, we look at Exorcist, and you look at year Exorcist come out, right? Exorcist was from a long time ago. The original, when it all happened, not the film, the original happenings of what went off. I know in the Catholic faith, they also believe in exorcism. I know that it's a big part, or was a big part. I think it's sort of like swept under the carpet, but they still do it. But it's more behind closed doors that they still do it. But we didn't know a lot when you look back about mental health and how that can affect somebody. I mean, it's like we were joking about the other day. Arthur was downstairs in the living room and he's going, Artie, in a really like kind of voice. And we started laughing. And Jordan and Dan both turned around and said, do you know, if he was born in a different time,
oh my God, yeah,
he'd have had to have an exorcism because at the age he is and how balmy he is because of because of how he is. It's like if he were born when you got like when it were like the heightened thing, he would have had. So were some of these people that, I mean, we can't say because you don't know, but were it down to mental illness that we didn't understand at that point, and they used it as not a way to control, but do you know, in some cases you look at them and how their bodies are left afterwards, you know. But then I need to look more into exorcisms, I think, and into
See, this
more
is the thing as well, isn't it? Because it's not something that like it's not something that I'm willing to try and investigate. Do you know what I
no,
mean?
I don't want
So
this is yes,
no,
no.
no, that's not, no, that's not what you're suggesting. But this is what I'm saying. So you need like a demonologist to come and explain it to you and say where
Yeah.
they've got the evidence from, etc. Because it's not something I'm sure all of us would want to actually try and find out for ourselves.
No, exactly. It's not. But Nanny Lynn, you put Fred back from Most Haunted as a demonologist. But can
Yeah,
I
he
ask you
is.
a question without sounding like I'm
Yeah.
offending in any way? He's on Most Haunted. Now, I'm not being funny, but with Most Haunted, we know it's rigged. You know, we know what they say
Oh,
is
you're gonna
done.
laugh at me now because I've seen him on Most Haunted, and when he starts talking in Latin or whatever he does, I always turn the volume off on my telly because I don't know what you're shouting in my
No,
house.
I've got to. If I hear anybody talking in like that kind in like Latin
I
as
don't
though
know
they're
what
doing
you
the
and,
rituals
and
and stuff, no, I put
he's
it
trying to
down.
wind them up and stuff, and it's like I don't know what you're saying. I don't know.
Your
Thanks,
guardian
darling.
angels, guides. I've lost some at chat. I know Most Haunted. That's what I'm saying, Nanny Lee. Most Haunted is fake, and he associates himself with Most Haunted. So to me, I don't know whether that would make him less credible to have on. I don't mean to insult him,
No, I mean it
but
might be real deal,
it
but
might be real deal. But I think because of who they associate with, I think it's sort of like yeah, it gives them a bad reputation, if that makes sense.
I
And I don't
mean,
mean to because I don't know him, and he might be the nicest bloke in the world, and he might be all up to date with demonology and stuff. But I just, for me,
are Desmonds like, are they from hell? Or are they just really, really, really like bad spirits?
well, I
You know
think
what I mean? Like the lowest of the low.
couldn't study topics that scare you. I'd like to not study the topic, but I would like
No.
to learn more about it. But when you think of that, though, right? So angels, some angels were never a real person, right? The angels were. That's what they said. Not all angels. We have got different types of angels and different levels of angels, but these angels out there that were never actually human. So if these angels were never actually human, and then they said that the demons were never actually human. Is it like a brother and sisters fallout? And it's like, well, you're naughty, so you have to be classed there. And because I'm a goody goody two shoes, I'm going that way. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's like you said, we need somebody on that knows more about it and maybe can explain it and not going to be offended when I'm calling them Desmonds. And I'm like,
See,
you
again,
know,
if you've got a god, then you have to have an opposite.
but what about for those that don't believe in God?
Well, whatever you believe in, there's got to be an opposite.
Yeah, but right. So for
But
me,
I'm just going back to that faith, you know, like
yeah, for
Christianity.
the yeah. So if there's
If
a
you've
God,
got a God, you've got to
there's
have
got to
something
have.
opposite.
Yeah, and I remember
It's
I
the
saw
way
you
that
put
the
that in
earth's
the
kept
chat.
in balance. There's always got to be an opposite.
Yeah, but so throw another ball in there. So say you've got right. So you've got the divine spirit, not a God, just a divine spirit. Won't Mother Earth be the opposite? For in some beliefs, maybe I don't know. Might be talking total shite, but do you know what I mean? Because it's what your faith, it's what you believe. So, and does it happen that the believers are the ones that get the attacks? Is it like the families that are really into fit? Is it there? Or do they get the attacks? Whereas though an atheist, their family might never come into any sort of attacks by energies, because is it that belief that we've got, you know? I think demons are below the negativity that we attract by being down and depressed. I think they have the power to choose if they want to come through and target someone. It might be easier to want to come through and target someone. It might make it easier to come through. Yeah. To target us but not a definite thing at all. And someone could be happy and still get caught with a demon if targeted for some other reason. Yes. Jules is saying she couldn't study that topic because it scared shit out of her. I think if I was studying it and reading about it, I don't think it'd scare me. If somebody said to me, right, you can actually do this, this, and this, I'd be like, on your bike, I'm gone. Nanny
It's
Lane,
something
yeah,
I'd
it
be
does make me doubt
interested in,
him.
but I wouldn't want to go into depth, like study it myself, kind of thing.
No. Can I ask why it makes some people scared of seeing a dead person? Do you know why we are scared and seeing a casket too? Why it makes some people scared of seeing a dead person? Well, I think everybody's scared of seeing a dead person, to be honest. I think if everybody's honest, but I think as in a dead person, it's not the energy of the spirit coming back. I think for me, it'd be the real
Shock horror.
A real body kind of thing that I don't think it'd scare me because I've seen 3 working in care industry. I've been around
It's not
3.
a normal thing to see, is it? It's not your everyday.
No, it's not. Jules. Archangels aren't ever supposed to have been humans. I think it is the archangels, isn't it, that have never been humans.
Yeah, because you've got
Night, Charles,
your
my sweets. You'll disappear, Charles, and everything will turn. We'll be laughing and joking in about 10 minutes. It's gone quite serious, this topic, isn't it?
no.
But sweet dreams, my love. Like, people are scared of seeing dead people, as it reminds us there's an end, and we'll be in that position one day. Totally get that. What I can't understand is I don't believe in the Bible, but it's always a priest comes in to anyone possessed. So how does it all work?
No, sweetheart.
This is it. Will we ever understand it? Even though, I mean, we've got like, oh, Ruby, am I coming to see you tomorrow on Friday? Am I coming to see you, Ruby Roo? She says, look, stop talking shy and get on with laughs. But I can't stand. I don't believe in the Bible. It's always priests that come in to anyone possessed. How does it work? I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to bloody say.
Well, your fault, Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby, it was your fault. You took my brain away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say to that one.
I think it's because everyone, when you watch films and stuff like that, it's always Catholic priests, isn't it, that deal with it? And I think if you were in that situation, that's whether I were Catholic or not, that's who I'd turn to.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, if you're a part of Christian faith, if you went to them, they'd just laugh at you. Because it's not something that they'd even if I went into a Christian church and I said I think I'm possessed, they don't go down that way, so they'd take you down a different belief. There's so many mixture of twists and turns within we in religion. It's such a hard. She is a beauty, our Ruby, she is. Right, we're going to change subject from Desi's. We're going to change the subjects from Desi's.
Yeah, exactly, Jules. Yeah,
it's always the cross that the evil fear. It is, but again, taking it down to a different thing, isn't it? Because it's where did religion start? Where does religion start, and where does it end? Do you know?
I don't know.
That's it. Each to his own, and his own it'll be. That makes sense. So yeah. Right. Change of subject. So we're not talking about Desi's anymore. Let's get rid of Desi conversation until we can get a demonologist on.
Yeah.
But I'm bringing it back in here. A demonologist is somebody that studies it. As a paranormal investigator is somebody that studies ghosts. But neither one is any proof, technically. It's all unproven. Oh, not necessarily unproven, but it's all shoved under the carpet.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Hey,
you know, right? I'm not going against religion at all here, because like I said, I
no.
was brought up Catholic. But it makes me laugh in any religion. And I don't know whether God's real or not, you know. We all have his own beliefs, and I don't disagree with any of them. Because nobody knows, but it's all on faith, and yet people don't tend to believe in ghosts, but people have seen them.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
But nobody's ever seen the God, or
Or whoever they worship or
whoever they
whatever.
worship.
It's
Yeah.
all belief, it's all on faith, but yet people's experience and actually see things that they can't explain, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, I don't believe in that.
Not believe that. Don't believe
It's
that.
like, what?
But again, closed-minded. It's that one
Yeah.
focus, closed-minded. But I will tell you, if any of you ever get to do the thing that me and John did at Spiritualist Church tonight, when you're asking, when you're doing that altered state, that's what it was called, Claire, altered state.
Yes, altered state.
When you're doing the altered state, you're asking the higher guide, your highest spirit guide, to come in and come into your energy, and you feel it. As daft as it sounds, you actually feel that coming into your energy. And what they tried to explain it is, if you had a near-death experience, that's what you'd feel. That's sort of like what you'd, or not a near-death experience, if before you cross over, or once you've crossed, that's what you'd feel. Once you've passed over, is this energy that engulfs you. But wait till you do it. It'd be brilliant. Don't like religion. I see it as a form of control for people. I'm meeting less now than in history. Yeah, totally agree, Scott. Totally agree. Anyway, let's talk about something else. What topic can we talk about, Claire? You pick the topic. Just don't.
Well, before we change, I'm just sticking on to sort of paranormal here, but vaguely. Did you see the article that I put in mod chat?
I did.
About, well, I depends which one I'm going to say.
The like Sasquatch thing.
No, it was an MRI that was done on somebody, and while they were having this MRI done, they actually suffered a heart attack or a stroke or both, and actually died while they were having the MRI. Now, it was never intended to do an MRI brain scan on someone that physically had died, but it just happened. And the brain activity stayed there for 3 minutes after death.
Wow.
And they were like, all the scientists were like baffled, because the body had shut down, but the brain was still working for 3 minutes after death. And they were saying that this could actually be your life flashing before your eyes. And they couldn't understand
what's happening in that 3 minutes.
In that 3 minutes after, 3 minutes doesn't seem long, but 3 minutes, if we sat here now dead air for 3 minutes, it's a long time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It certainly is. So yeah, it's got them baffled now.
Wow.
What happens in them 3 minutes?
Wow. Ooh. Not similar to story to that about somebody that passed. I need to get hold of this book. Steve, who is a friend now. Steve's great granddad. This is going back years. Steve's great granddad died. He'd been seen by the doctors. He was clinically dead. He woke up. His illness was cured. Everything were cured, and he said that he saw what he would have referred to as Jesus or God. And there's a full book written on his experience and how his life changed, and the actual fact that he was clinically dead. It was proven to be dead. And I don't know how many. I don't know if it were half an hour. I don't know if there were a few hours in there. I don't know if it could have been a day for all I know. But when he come back to, the illness that he got was, I think it was a life-threatening illness that he'd got. And when he come back, everything were gone. But it changed him Holy.
God.
I'm going to order the
Yeah,
book and I'm going to read it on members, that one, because
that
it's just, I
sounds
was reading a
interesting.
bit of it tonight and it was bloody fascinating. And it's from Chesterfield. So it's all
Is it
based
really?
around Chesterfield. You know, when you go to Chesterfield Town Centre, when you go where markets is, it's not the outside, it's not the market on the side, it's the market in the middle. There's like an old font, like an old water fountain. And it's obviously it's not working now, but it's like, oh, it's like there's all bricks round it. And apparently that's where they used to, before churches and stuff, that's where they used to do the that's where the vicar or the priest would stand on that, and that'd be like the church.
Wow.
And we only found that out only found that out by talking to him, and it was honestly
It's
absolutely,
amazing how much history we don't know
it's so
about
much
where we are.
history. You know, something as little as that. Well, it's not little; it's a big thing stuck in middle of Chesterfield. But I mean, Jules has just put, wow, that book sounds amazing. But how many people in Chesterfield would know that that used to be where the services were held, and people would gather all around it while they were having a service? Do you know? What have we got, Claire, that we've got round Sheffield or Rotherham or Doncaster that might be something
You've
really
walked past a
trivial?
million times and you
Yeah,
just never
that you've
noticed it.
walked past it
Or
and
you
it's
don't
like,
notice it to it.
oh my God. Yeah. I mean, Jules has put, well, never. Well, I never knew that, Lindsay. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, you'll hear more about it though, Jules. But yeah, it's really strange. Scott has put the pattern of the brain activity, coming back to yours, Claire, the patterns that the brain activity displayed correlated to the brain waves displayed in memory recollection. So we really do remember things when we die. Wow. Do you know, it's good. I'm not excited. I'm not excited to die, because that would be a really wrong way of doing it. I've got a lot of life
But then
left in
I
me to
sort of
go.
like got my own
Right,
theory
so
in my head then, and
excited.
I got my own theory in my head then, and I thought, do you know what? Is his life actually flashing before our eyes? Or is that like when you're greeted? Do you
Is
know?
it?
Is that like when you're greeted and like, you know,
Yeah.
you're
Are
getting
they the
told what's going
memories
to
that
happen
you?
next?
Yeah. Is that like you never
Mhm.
know, do you? The thing is, we need.
Just to
This
find
is
out,
why.
but
This is why we need this. Like, we need the investigations, and we need them to be done in a way where they done, where you can, whether we can get an answer to these questions through asking spirit
well,
energies.
they also, and I don't agree with this because it's animal cruelty, and I know it's a rat, but it's still an animal. But they did test it with a rat, and exactly again 3 minutes after death, brain
Really?
activity. Hmm.
Wow. But that 3 minute brain activity, that's been around for a while, hasn't it?
I know,
But
but
they
it's
just never, I
actually
don't think they
proven.
could ever prove it.
No,
Obviously
and like I said, it was
scientists,
done
come on.
accidentally, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually been proved.
Wow. Do you know, it's absolutely, it's phenomenal, isn't it, brain? I mean, don't they say we only, I mean, my brain, I only use a very, very small percentage of my brain.
That's much of mine.
Mine's
That's
like
all I've got, I think.
minute. I'm taking air out while we're talking. Mine's like minute,
Yeah.
that I use on my brain. But I'd love to be able to go under hypnosis. But would it be too much though? Would it be too much for his brain to actually be used in that sense? You know, like go under hypnosis and say, right, I want you to switch on all the electrolyte lights on in my brain. I want to work with every part of my brain. I wonder whether that would be too much for his brain to handle all at once, or if there's only like certain people out there that could handle that. You know?
Yeah. The thing is, you wouldn't have all this brain capacity if you couldn't use it all. I think we've just stopped
Forgot.
using it.
Do you
Yeah.
think we
It's like your
do you
third
think?
eye, isn't it?
But
It's
again,
like your
yeah,
third eye, we forgot. We just don't
I don't know what she's
we
done to my
don't
hair.
Yeah, it's like
So
your third eye, we forgot. It's majority of us, it's closed. No one even gives it a second thought.
no, they don't. No, they don't. So I wonder whether then, you know, like when we were little, and it is down to that imagination level, that because as we get older, we shut his brain down for the imagination side of it. that's why we forget what's in his head. Do you know? Because that part of the brain is the imagination side. And because we forget how to use the imagination, we forget how to use parts of his brains. I liked his stories when people have just before they've died reached out and said previous loved ones. When I were working at nursing home and the 3 people passed that I watched. One of them called out for. One of them said his wife was stood at the end of bed about half an hour before he passed. That he was talking to his wife. Another one never said anything, but just went very peacefully. And the other lady, she got her sister in, and her sister says she was saying family members' names. We went in the room when it happened, but we had to come straight in afterwards, if that makes sense. They're already working on brain monitoring chips. God, do you think they'll give me one, Scotty?
Do you know what though, Scotty? It scares me. Technology is just getting out of hand.
That's bad. That's bad.
It's getting scary. And Stephen Hawking, before he died, God love him, he said that the thing that is going to kill off the human race is AI.
Do you think it
He
could?
says that's what. Yeah, definitely.
Do you really?
Definitely. I really do. I think it's getting now where we rely upon it too much, and the things that people are inventing and creating. Yeah.
What about that talking robot?
I just think we're going to be obsolete. I just think we're going to become obsolete. We're just, yeah, definitely.
Did you see that talking robot?
I mean, yeah, you've got these robots now, Lindsay, that they're making can actually learn, and it just reminds me of Terminator.
No,
they're actually learning.
Did you see that one that were on Good Morning Britain? Sophie, I think you called her. Have you ever Googled that Sophie?
Right. Real.
She's scary. I mean, there were one part. I don't know whether they actually left it in the clip or took it out. And it said that somebody asked her a question about taking out world or something daft like that. And her response back was like, it was frightening to hear back what she said. It is scary. See what everybody thinks.
Jules, I agree with that. It's not technology fault behind it, but this technology is so advanced. It is learning and it's making its own decisions. And like I say, it just makes me think of Terminator.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely for sure. Could see us when I was an infant. I think we all could, Jules, if we were all honest, but we just never looked into it. But for you to remember, that's brilliant. Not scared of technology, but scared of some of the folk behind the technology. Shit, scared of technology, never mind them behind it. In itself, it's scary. Being able to learn and continue to expand is similar to a real brain. It is similar to a real brain. But do you know, where are we getting this technology from?
I don't know. Do you know what, right? You're going to laugh at me. You're going to laugh at me now, right? But every time I take a photograph, I cannot work out in my tiny brain how that image gets onto my phone or onto my camera and prints out.
Yeah.
I can't. It blows my mind.
Yeah, that one flash.
How does that then take that image, put it onto that, and then you develop it as my tiny mind can't get my head around it. But who came up with that? Who thought, I'll make a camera. If I press this, I'll be able to print a photograph out.
Yeah. See, we're different when we were using films because the films.
Even that, I can't get my head around it. But like now, it just. I know, like it's only like one little tiny bit of technology, but it just blows my mind.
No, technology. Technology.
How did somebody come up with? I mean, yeah, printing out. I get all that dark room, but how does that image actually get into the camera to then? You know what I mean?
Have we got any camera experts on? Claire, hang on. Let me get this question up. Claire, do you ever think technology ever created its only brain and developed further?
Yeah, I do. I think it will develop further. I think it will become self-sufficient and self-thinking, and it scares me. I really do. Like I say,
Alexa.
like I say, Stephen Hawking's even said, that's going to be what finishes off
So
human
we're going to
race.
we could end up then with a war of the worlds.
It's just
that War of the Worlds weren't that were aliens, weren't it? Not robots, weren't it? War of the Worlds, or were it? No, were it? Yeah, were aliens? Terminator. Yeah.
But yeah, I seriously can somewhere down the line see that sort of becoming reality.
Not in our lifetime, I don't think.
No,
Would you say?
no. You can all sleep safe tonight.
Your computer's not going to come alive and eat you.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've got if you've got something that can do that,
yeah,
that can then tap into all other technologies and nuclear warheads and whatever else, do you know what I mean? It's just it's endless.
Yeah. Will it create sorry, I'm typing and not checking what I've wrote with protected
We knew what you said.
We knew what
you
saying, Jules.
But yeah, it is. I find
it's where are we getting all this technology from? Because we're not that advanced. I mean, when you look at technology that's been created today, we're not that advanced to create this technology. By a long shot, we're not. So where we're getting it from, for me, again, this is going to come into topic of UFOs, of other beings. Is it down to like we're saying, the technology ones that are more advanced than our brains? Is it them that's giving us all these ideas? Because where they're coming from, who's coming up with half of these brain spark thingies? As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong. Cameras just turned the photos in a series of data and numbers representing colours. And then that's how a digital photo is made, with the converting those numbers. Does that make it any easier? Overhead. I'm not even answering because it's we're over my head before you even spoke. But yeah, it's the old camera had an iris that opened up, and the flash image was put on a glass panel. That one,
it works like an eye. I get that. It works like an iris, like your eye, and then takes the image. But how does it store that image? Do you know what I mean? It was just like you had a batch of film in it, and where did it go? Do you know what I mean? I just can't. Yeah. But anyway, that's just one thing, though. That's just one thing. I mean, that's just the simple camera, but all the, like you say, all this technology is.
Yeah. Cryogenics, that's a big word for my tiny little mouth, and I hope I have said it right. Would you ever, is it cryogenics?
Oh, when they freeze.
Right, Scott? Where they freeze you?
I think it is. Yeah.
Something like that anyway, isn't it? So, do you think they will ever unfreeze people like Walt Disney and cure their illnesses and live forever? And would you, Claire, be frozen? If they said to you, right, we're going to freeze you, we're going to cure all your ailments, and we're going to bring you back in like 300-400 years, would you do it?
No. If I were going to do it, I'd want to if I were going to come back, I'd want to be reincarnated. I would want to be reborn. I wouldn't want to. Can you imagine waking up in like 100 years and world? Can you imagine how far it would be advanced? You just won't fit in, would you? It'd just be a different time. Can you imagine now someone coming back from like 1920s?
But if reincarnation is real, if they're frozen themselves, they might already be back anyway.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like you'd be fish out of water. It just seems so futuristic.
Yeah, because when you think it now, if somebody come back from say 1920s and we're living in 2021,
it's like Queen's song,
that'd be
isn't
bad
it?
enough. For hundreds of years.
Who wants to live forever? Would you want to live forever? I mean, I don't want to die. I don't want to die, but I don't want to live forever.
Claire, I'm going to tell you a secret. I am going to live forever. I am, honestly.
No, seriously, could you imagine? I mean, like I say, I don't want to die.
No,
I want
I
at
don't
least
think
another 50.
anybody
I
wants
want
to
at least
die.
another 50 years. But it's like
Cheers,
it
Scots.
feels like Groundhog Day now. Do you know what I mean? You get up, you do the same routine, blah blah blah. Yeah, you're up and down with your emotions. Would you want to do that forever?
No.
I don't think I'd
No.
want to be
If I
around
were past all
forever.
that, yeah. Scotty's put, I didn't know this. One of the first users for a microwave was to unfreeze bodies. It didn't work and was tested on a mouse. And yes, it
Yeah,
is
cryogenics.
one of the
No, I
first
don't think
users
I'd
for
want
a
to be
microwave.
frozen.
Wow. Wow. Jules don't want to be frozen. Deanna don't want to be frozen. Jules has put, though, she'd like to go back in time, but not go into the
Yeah,
future. Ooh,
I'd
would you
like to
like
go
to have a
back.
sneaky peek?
I'd like to go back in time, but not stay there.
Visit.
I'd like to have a peek. I'd like to visit, but I couldn't live there. Do you
Would you
know?
like a peek into the
Um,
future?
no,
No.
no,
Not if it could, but
no,
see, I've
no.
defrosted a mouse in our microwave, not in the one I've got now, but for snake. I had a baby corn snake, and I use my mouse. Oh dear, I'd be frozen just for the experience to be the person to have done it.
Oh, but Scotty, can you imagine?
Me
Can you
too,
imagine
says
if they had a?
Nanlin.
Can you imagine if you were frozen and they had a power cut and Jenny went down?
You puddle. Oh dear. No coming back then, is there? Because you'd be a puddle. I'd like to look at the future, but not future relevant to me. Do you know, Scott? I think that's right.
No,
That's Scott. I'd like to go back to past, not to be able to change anything, but maybe to go back and do things that I haven't done, things I needed to be said and didn't get said. I'd like to go back and do that, but you couldn't do that without changing your future. So I'd leave the past where the past is. I would, like Scotty says, I would like to go and look into the future, but not my future, just to the future of what's to be.
no, I won't like either.
A
I think
popsicle.
I think if I were to go into future, I don't think I'd like to see what it looks like.
Don't you? Yeah, but what happens,
No,
Claire, if you went and there were seashells for toilet paper? Seashells for toilets.
no,
There'll not be many that get
it's
that joke. I wouldn't want to know what
no.
happens to the people that I love, so future not related to me. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Scott. I like to see what the world's come to and the different things and stuff.
I won't.
I
I mean,
would.
can you imagine if we're carrying on now on the path that we're on now? And I don't mean like me or you,
Seashells.
but I'm on about like war and everything else. Like now, what if there were no Earth left? Did you know it rolling? It'd be heartbreaking.
But we might be on a
No,
different planet.
I'm happy to live in the present.
Living, but that's where we're supposed to be living. That's where we're
I'm
supposed to
happy
live
to live
in
in the present.
the
I won't want
present.
to peek in future.
I don't know whether Scott is too young. Were it seashells for toilet paper or were it seashells for? Yeah, no, it was seashells for toilet, weren't it? Were it seashells for toilet? I can't remember. But it's definitely. I know what it is. I can see the image. Because every time you swore, it gives you that ticket, and he ended up wiping his arse, didn't he? All them tickets that come through. He kept saying fuck, shit, and then all this paper come through, and then he had to wipe his bum. I think the seashells sort of like did
Oh,
everything.
dear
What was
me.
that film called? Go on, Deanna. What was that film called? I'd love to be able to visit many past eras. That'd be good. We're supposed to be living in the present, and I like breaking rules. So, Scotty, you're naughty. Six
Six
Stripes.
stripes in there.
No, it was Sylvester Stallone movie, but I can't remember what it's called. Bloody hell! What's that film called? Demolition
Demolition
Man.
Man.
That's it. Oh my god, that's Scotty. If you've never seen a film, You need to look what the seashells are.
God, it's years since I've seen that.
I know that. You know, I can't remember a long time, but that were cryogenics and all though. But because he got froze
Yeah.
in time in Demolition Man, because but isn't it funny how that come out again before cryogenics actually come out? Surely that or were it? Did it come out well before? So
Yeah,
even then, when we're looking at movies, what you wouldn't have thought were possible.
Tracy.
Hey, morning, Tracy. So even then, we're looking at films.
A lot of things from films, though, tend to become reality, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've started making them hoverboards now, aren't they, from Back to the Future?
Back to the Future. You've got the hoverboards coming in. What else were they? There's loads of things that come into films on about going in a time machine, and I don't go on an aeroplane. Yeah, but Jules, a time machine is different. We don't fly.
I'd love a time machine just to pop in and out. Be Doctor Who.
Yeah, but I'd love to be I'd love Doctor Who to be real. Watch there actually be a real TARDIS somewhere about in universe somewhere. But no, I'd like to go in TARDIS, and yeah, I'd like that. I'm geeky in that sense. I'd like to go inside TARDIS and zip back into different eras and stuff. I think that'd be good.
I love
Doctor Who. I do. You up for work, Tracy, or are you having a late night? What time is it? Oh, it's only 12:05.
Midnight.
It's midnight on the Oasis. Is it midnight on the Oasis, or is it midnight on the train? I don't know. I don't know what the weatherman says, but the weatherman says it's raining. So yeah, time machines, aliens, technology. What haven't we covered? Tonight?
It's like George Orwell's 1984, isn't it? Big Brother is watching you. It's getting so much like that now. There's just cameras everywhere.
Well, everywhere you go, you're on a camera. Don't matter. And then it's like, I mean, whether it's true or not. I mean, I don't think it's for 1 minute it's true, but it's true that they're out there. They can put a tag in you and work out where you are and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Well, I don't know if it's true or not. I know they didn't come in with. Everybody says they come in with injections that we've had. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Jules, if you've ever had the opportunity to go back in time, would you ever try to stop some disasters or leave it? I'd have to leave it because it's butterfly effect, isn't it? If you change something in the past, then it alters the future.
And I don't think I could live with myself to change something in the past, whether it's to save one life to a million lives, to have the effect that it's going to have.
I think you'd be like playing God as well, wouldn't you? It's like
fucking hell, Scott.
If you could prevent something from happening in the present, yeah. But I think to try and change something that already happened.
But then you'd have to visit future to change something in the future.
You just couldn't do it.
Do you know? I don't think
it's like as well. It's like I had a bad relationship, domestic and physical abuse. Would I relive that or would I go back and change it? I'd have to relive it every time because I got my lovely son. If I went back and changed it and never met him, then I won't get my son. But having had 100%. My son, I want my son, so I'd have to live it all again.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can't change something without altering something.
No, and I won't be without any of my girls. I won't be without any of my kids. But do you know what I mean?
I'd do it all again.
So Scotty's put won't be long until every CCTV has facial recognition. It wouldn't surprise me. And best of all, Family Guy taught Scotty not to change the past. It's a hard one, especially about children that's been murdered, etc. It is. But again, I know those that would have had something happen, whether it were whichever member of family it would. I know they'd go back and change it in an instant. But what's saying that they go back and change it in an instant, but they lose somebody else they shouldn't, they're not meant to have lost, but they can. Do you know what I mean? You might still have got that memory of that person, but they're no longer there.
Or the people that have lost their children or child, then go on to raise money for a charity that goes on to help other people, save other lives, and that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Do you know, there's always something in there.
Yeah. Facial recognition is already in use, really, Scotty, on some private property. Not in use by governments yet, supposedly. But you can get facial recognition on your phone, because Jordan's got it on her phone. She's got facial recognition on her phone. So if she holds her phone up to her face, her phone unlocks. That's what she's got it set on. So nobody else can get into it. You've got facial recognition. So it's really strange that actually, Scott, that we do actually use, a lot of people are actually using facial recognition. It'll be that eye retina thing, won't it, next? You know what I mean?
I can see you, Mohammed. Can anyone see Mohammed in chat?
Yeah, I can see Mohammed. Can you see him on screen, Claire?
I can. He's asking if anyone in chat can see him.
If anybody can see Mohammed in chat, can you just say, hey? Do you know, Mohammed, it were doing this to me yesterday. I were commenting and nobody were commenting back. And I think that
Diana's put yes.
Diana can see you. Jules can see you.
Jules can see you.
I have facial recognition on my phone. See, Soldier's even got facial recognition on his phone. I've decided I don't want to go in a time machine back in time. It's much more responsibility for my eagle brain.
That's interesting, though. Scotty said, what if you went back in time and witnessed a crime that's still not being solved now? Would you tell the police to allow them to solve it in the modern day? Now, yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, but couldn't that change?
But again, that's not affecting what's already happened.
Yeah, but why ain't it? Because that person
already happened.
You went back. Yeah, you went back in time.
You can see it's present day now. That the past is already done it. You're in present day.
Present. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you could go back, if you could,
But it would have to be an anonymous tip, because I wouldn't say, "Excuse me, Mr. Officer, I've just been back in time."
And I know that Scotty committed that crime.
Just to be locking me up.
See, I gone in a minute. Technically, you're not changing the past, and you're not stopping the crime. No, you're not.
Yeah,
Jack the Ripper. Now, do you know Jack the Ripper? Jack the Ripper's a real one in it. The Jack the Ripper is, who is he? Who is this man? There are so many people claiming that he's their relative.
Soldiers comment.
If I went back in time, I wouldn't marry my second wife. Scott, Lindsay, you weren't tell anybody it was me. But the real Jack the Ripper, I mean, he's a mystery in itself. But I still believe that Jack the Ripper was known to many, and it was definitely got to have been. He can't have just been anonymous. There was somebody out there that knew it were him and knew what they were doing. We know this day and age we're criminals when they're doing some of the horrible, heinous crimes that they do. We know that there's people that know them. You know, so somebody knew him. Somebody knew. But I don't like what he did, obviously, but I like the mystery behind Jack the Ripper, because there just doesn't seem, where's all evidence gone? You know, we've got all this technology now that you can, but I mean, you can't even know, my brain don't know, but how many years back with Jack the Ripper to the DNA we would be able to use now? Would there be any DNA left to use?
Yeah.
A lot think that theory, though, Scotty. I wonder if Jack was multiple people, just used same cover name, maybe working together.
But
It could have been a
as
cult.
well, yeah. Or it could have been a copycat, you know. One did one crime, one copied.
Yep.
But
Never know. And I think that's one thing we'll never know. I wonder if asking a pendulum would you'd be able to get any answers on who Jack the Ripper was. I don't know if I'd even want to do that though. Because to me it's that's crossing that to me is crossing a line for
I think if you were going to do that, you'd have to do it on your own.
That would be something that I think if anybody was thinking about doing, whether it's Jack the Ripper or any other crime that's gone off, if you're going to try and look into it on that side, it's not something to do online. The backlash from it, you would, unless you're a strong person, you won't come back from it because it'd just be horrendous. No. But it would be interesting to see. I've got to admit that it would be interesting, and I don't mean for the crap, but Jack the Ripper's going back that many years that you're not going to hurt anybody by going back to Jack the Ripper, if you know what I mean. There's no links to him. There's no family links to him. Do you know what I mean? So you're not that's like a case unstudied, isn't it? I'd love to try on some Victorian dresses. You nearly had a Victorian style dress on, didn't you, for Halloween? That was like a Victorian style. Yeah. That was gorgeous, that dress.
I love that kind of dress.
Jack would be caught instantly nowadays. Do you think, soldier? I went to London and maybe investigate the museum. It has no links directly to the crimes, but is apparently also haunted separately. Oh, you want to go to the museum and see, and maybe that'd be a right idea, that, Scott. Thing is, though, could you do that in day, or would you get in touch with the museum, and see if they'd allow you in, because a lot of museums are really fussy, you know, on whether they have them in. So unless they do ghost tours themselves, might be a little bit thingy there. The items are probably haunted, Scotty, for sure. Is Bigfoot real? Well, Claire, Bigfoot real. When was the last? What? Go on, I'll let you tell that. I was just going to say, what did you post?
Oh no, that weren't Bigfoot. That were
put in.
Yeah, put it in. It was me, but what were it? So it were Goat Man.
Were it a goat man? When it's Sasquatch? Oh, I thought it was.
No, it was Goat Man. That were in Northants, weren't it? It were Goat Man that's been spotted this week or last week. Man. But so, going back to Bigfoot, I think there's been a hell of a lot of fakes, like photographs and stuff. So I think it has been faked a hell of a lot. But yeah, I do believe that there is something.
Interesting, Scott. You have to look more into it. I'd also like to see my mum and grandparents as children playing happily.
Yeah, I do believe it's real, but I think a lot of people have told a lot of, made up a lot of stories as well, which then makes people doubt.
It does, because you can definitely see when people have dressed up in gorilla suits.
Oh, it's really bad photographs and videos.
Yeah, I mean, but like you say, it's same with ghosts, isn't it? You've got idiots that dress up and move things on strings, so you make.
But then people don't believe it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's supposed to be Bigfoot, Sasquatch, I don't know what other names they go by, but there's supposed to be some in Scotland. I know in Ireland and Scotland, they're supposed to be going them. I think there's multiples of them, says Scotty. I do believe that in UK we will have got some kind of, like you said, cryptoid. Is it cryptoid? That is out there. Whether it is this goat man, whether it's that big black cat that's been seen, that's like supposed to be like a panther-sized cat. I mean, that was seen up in Sheffield not long ago. Not Sheffield, but we're near Sheffield. It was seen roaming streets.
Oh yeah, I like that.
You remember? I think we were going out to do Stocksbridge bypass, and I'm like, no, there's going to be a big black panther waiting to pounce on us. There's supposed to be black panthers on the moors too. There is. But aren't they supposed to have come from back in, were it like 60s and 70s when they were allowed to keep, we were all allowed to keep wild animals. So people had big cats in the gardens, and obviously when laws come in, some of them just set them free because they didn't want to see them locked up. So that could be what we're seeing with the panther. But then why haven't we seen more people being harmed by them when they're out in woods or when they're out camping and stuff? Because a campsite would definitely attract them wherever they are.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a cougar near the canal in Romley, Stockport in 1976. Wow. And again, that would have been would that have been round about time when they were letting them go? Just about to say panther thing, as you said it. I take a size 11. I'm not called Bigfoot. There is so many cryptoid animals. I know Bigfoot was not real or was real. I'm back. Sorry, I had to let the dog out. No worries, Tracy, my lovely. 1996. Oh, 1996. That's an interesting one to be seeing. But then again, if it's escaped from a zoo somewhere, who knows? Who knows? So which cryptoid, Claire, would you like to see and why?
Which would I like to see?
If you could sit down and have a conversation with a cryptoid, which cryptoid would you like to sit down and have a conversation with? And what questions would you ask it?
Oh my gosh, do you know what? I'd like to say Bigfoot because there's so much controversy about it. And like I say, you know, is he real? Is he not real? What would I ask?
What would you ask?
Yeah, what would I ask? What would I ask Bigfoot? What size shoe are you?
You've got now. You've got.
What size shoe are you, pal?
Is it what's it measure? Arm to wrist.
Oh dear me. Anyway, no, I guess I'd just be intrigued to you know, how long species have been going, how many there were of them, where they lived, what they did, you know.
It just dimension. Can they go from dimension to dimension?
I don't know. I think to be honest with you, if I came face to face with Bigfoot, I'd scream and run away.
You won't get face to face with him because he throws things at you and he puts this pungent smell out that you can't stand. But let's just say if he didn't shit himself and you could get close to him without him knocking you out, the first question you'd ask a Sasquatch, a Bigfoot, what would it be, Claire? Straight off top of your head, what would it be? Don't think, just say.
I'm thinking. I really can't think.
What would you guys ask?
Can't think.
What would you guys ask? The first question that comes into your head, what would you ask Bigfoot if you had the chance? I think mine would be, can you travel through different dimensions and do they lead you to different parts in this universe, in our world type thing? So could they travel from America to Scotland? Is it that? Jules would be, there has to be another Earth out there somewhere. Totally agree, Tracy. I'm about to go to. Well, this is the thing. You'd never see a Bigfoot poo anywhere. So you can imagine the size of the poo that they do. They're not just going to do pebbles, are they really? But could they? They might do rabbit droppings. They might do rabbit dropping poos. We don't know. On Skinwalker Ranch, 2 scientists saw Bigfoot crawl through auto. Ooh, interesting, soldier. Where can we find that information? Oh, good question, Tracy. Do you have a family? That'd be an interesting one. Scotty, how do you keep so hit? Look, Claire, look at all these questions that they're coming out. And you couldn't think. You couldn't
No.
think of any. So what in chat then? Come on then. What
How do you keep so hidden? I mean, is it because they're in such desolate places that people don't see them? Or can they make it so that they can't be seen?
Well, they say that they do come from they say they do come like portals that soldiers put. They do say that they travel through portals, that there's like a veil that they can walk through veil, so they can be that side or this side. I'll put that up in a minute. I would ask, where do you come from, and apologise for how humans are. Good one, Diana. Exactly, and obviously they don't have toilet roll, so they don't have long foot. Oh, Jules, only you. I hope they don't eat sweet corn. Mohammed, have you noticed Bigfoot costume was blowing? On some of them, you can really see that. That the costume. That
so
they
go
are
on then. Which cryptid would you?
Me.
It's not nice being on the spot, is it?
It's not. No. Don't put me. Why would you put me on the spot? I put you on the spot. The eyewitness reports of Bigfoot vanishing like the predator in the movies. Wow, interesting. Can you share where you got that? Where this information we can find, Soldier? Because I think it's one that we could do a little bit more on a chit chat early night one. Especially with Bigfoot, because like you said, there's so many people interested in cryptoids and where they come from and what they do. I definitely wouldn't accept food off them, the dirty buggers. Get your hands washed. What cryptoid would I like to? See, I don't know, because if you say something like 15 years of research, oh wow, Soldier, have you done all this research? Because if you have, you can come on and talk about Bigfoot and everything else, because it's such an interesting topic. You'll have to come on and join us on an earlier night chat, but come on and discuss it if you've done research, my lovely. See, if you say something like chupacabra or these like wildcats, you're never going to really speak to them. At least with Bigfoot, they've got like a voice and a mouth that they could try and actually speak. They might speak human to us. I don't know.
Just having a look through some.
I won't want Mothman, because Mothman's too.
Oh God, no.
He's too.
What about Nessie?
Chimera, is that Chimera? Have I pronounced that right, Deanna? Deanna would like to see a chimera. Aren't they similar?
I'd like to meet Nessie.
Nessie, Loch Ness, yeah. I'd like to meet Nessie. I think definitely. If there is a Loch Ness. See, I've been watching a lot of programs on Loch Ness, and each one I have makes me think there's nothing. It's.
Yeah, I've seen it where they've gone with the boat, with the really deep cameras, technology that can see right to the bottom, and they've mapped it all out bit by bit and put it all together, and there's been nothing.
But they did map out that crevice where it actually goes, there's that rock face, and they can't get to the bottom of it. But how many? I mean, the ocean. Look at ocean; it's massive. We've not even looked at half the ocean, have we? You look at sea creatures in ocean that are in the depth of the ocean. Now, all right, they might not be able to come up to, like, it might burn. It might be like something like that burns like a vampire or whatever. If they come up, but some of them's got to be. They've got to come out at depth. It's got to be something. And for me, are we seeing these creatures that have been trapped maybe down there, and they've sort of like found the way to the top or whatever? I don't know. Is it these kind of old creatures that are lurking in depth? Where did I see it now? There was something, and it like showed you a shark that were eaten. They were a big shark. And it showed you it got a chunk missing out of it, and they were saying that another shark couldn't have done that to it, but they can't explain what's done it. They can't explain what it was.
Like you said, we've not even touched surface of our oceans. And the thing is as well is like things evolve, don't they? So if you've got something ancient down there, it blows your mind. But I know they've found like alien species, haven't they? In oceans.
Yeah.
We can't explain where they've come from.
Chimera. Thank you, Deanna. Go on. So that again about
But
ocean.
yeah, like we're never gonna. Obviously, we're land animals. We're land mammals. We can only get so deep, and there's so much more ocean than land. You'd just never ever be able to explore it all. But like I said, they have found alien species.
I know they are. Yeah, alien species and animal alien species, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've watched that. I always look at stuff like that when I'm flipping through YouTube.
Fascinating, but sea scares me because you don't know what's in it.
I'm scared at sea. I think fish. There's something wrong with people that go into sea. I don't mind putting my toes in edge, but to actually go like knee deep, to me, it's like.
I have been scuba diving. I did do scuba diving once, and I don't like fish going around my ankles or anything like that. And I thought I'd freak. But do you know what? When you've got a wetsuit on, it's like you've got this protection.
Yeah.
It was just phenomenal to actually see all the different like species of fish and stuff. And I'm glad I did it.
Would you ever be able to go down in a submarine? I couldn't. I'm claustrophobic, and I'm scared of drowning.
No, I think I could. I just don't think I could go anywhere where there were sharks. If there were a shark involved, no, I'd shit myself.
If you're going down in a submarine, you're gonna see a shark.
No, I'm thinking of one of them. Like them little cage things that they have, where you're in one of them.
No, I've seen too many horror films.
A submarine, I think.
My phobia is I've got a phobia on fish. I scared my kids so they don't even go into the sea, because my phobia were that bad. They haven't been to all the Amazon jungles. I think the last time I checked, they've only done 15%. Really, Tracy? Wow.
This is what I mean. There's
Claire's
going
so many with sharks next year.
Oh no. There's so much that we've not explored, isn't there?
Wow. John's done his diving. He did his diving stuff when he went on holiday in Egypt, but he passed it all for his deep sea diving things.
I did mine in Egypt. It was Cyprus. I did mine in Cyprus.
He did. Yeah.
I did go across to Egypt.
Said it's beautiful when you can see it, but no, it's not for me, Jules. But she'd love to see a blue whale. Yeah. Scotty, there's a load of tribes in Amazon that we still haven't made. No, I know. How actually watching it, I don't know where I watch all these YouTube things. What I'm watching at the minute, it's called Be Amazed. I keep flicking on them because they've got some really stupid ones, but they've got some really quirky ones as well. And on one of them, it showed you that any boats going near land, they all come out to edge of like sand, and they're like chanting at them. And people that have gone over and they've eaten them, they've just eat them. It's like a cannibal island. Whether it's true. It's what I'm reading. There's also the island in the south of India. I think if someone goes to the island, the native just there. That's the one. It's illegal to go there. That's what I were on about, Scotty. That one.
Wow.
Boats have like gone over, and I think some of them have actually gone onto island. Like whether they've crashed the boat or they've just gone for safety.
It's like whatever. The movie, isn't it? It's like when you see when they start dancing around and then
Exactly. But I heard that, and it's illegal to go to Ireland now. They've stopped them going. It's absolutely phenomenal. I admire divers that have to look for bodies. I'm scared of dead bodies, but I wouldn't like to. I'm not scared of dead bodies, but I wouldn't like. No, I wouldn't. I won't like to find one in water. I wouldn't like to find. Do you know? I mean, when it comes to bodies, I don't mind when you're working in a nursing home. It's not that you expect it, but it's part of the job that you're in. When I'm going deep sea diving, it's not part of my job to be going and seeing a body in water. That's just not my cup of tea. One thing I do admire divers for is when there were that accident with all them kids and they all got trapped in them caves. I can't even. I don't know whether it were at Japan way or China way or that way. That I know it were eastern. Is it eastern side? I don't know. But yeah, it were over that sense anyway. But I think 15 kids, and they were all. I mean, they were young kids, and they'd gone out on that school outing. And I think it took divers, but they managed to save them all. And luckily, just in time, because they were.
Didn't want it divers die.
That's
I remember right.
That's it. Divers died. Yeah, he did. Yeah, the children part of a football team. Yeah, because the rains just started, and then I think it were like not a tsunami coming in. The wind. Thailand. Thank you, Scott. I say I know I were in not right vicinity, but I know I were going out to Oriental. I was a ship's diver in the Navy trained to do ship bottom searches or untangle shit from the propellers. If you could do that now, soldier, get on Norfolk Broads. They charge a right fortune for doing that. Thailand, they were proper heroes. They were, where's Scotty put that? That's it. That's the name of the island. Look it up, Claire, when we're done. Sentinel. Yeah, North Sentinel. In fact,
I'm just going to screenshot it so I can remember what.
Yeah, screenshot it because what we can do is we'll look at talking about this next time we're on.
I'm going to have a look into
a topic. Yeah, so we've got a topic to look on.
Never heard of it.
We'll look into that, and I don't know if Soldier. I mean, Soldier, you said you've done some research on Bigfoot and that. So maybe next Wednesday when we go live, Soldier can come on and talk about his research. Yeah. If you're up for it, Soldier, coming on and talking about research into Bigfoot and that. That'd be an interesting one. We could do that on a late night one because I think again it attracts all different. It'll attract different people. Soldier, I could never do that.
Thanks, Scotty.
Oh, cheers, Scots. You're a lifesaver. You're a lifesaver.
You're good, in.
Tell you. But yeah, I mean, there's so many strange and wonderful things we're seeing in what we're finding and what we shared in Mod Chat. It's just getting pen to paper and looking them up and everything else. I mean, I've still got to look up. Where have I put it? I wrote it down.
Do you know what? It's amazing, isn't it? How wide spectrum paranormal is.
Yeah. I've still got to look up that religion. I don't know if you can see it on my bit of paper. I think I spelled it right. Shintoist. Shintoist. And it's a religion. And I've not heard of this religion. And I don't want to be sort of like ignorant to it. So that's another one I want to look up, that religion, and talk about that. Oh, shit. What have I done? Hang on. I'll put spell check on. Depending on whether I'm well or not, that's okay.
Don't mention that success, please. You know what they say about men with big feet? They have to buy big shoes.
Dear. Big shoes. Big shoes.
Have we had an actual paranormal chat tonight?
Do you know, Claire? I think we are. We are. Oh, Shinto. I've heard of it, but all I know is it's Japanese. Do you know Scotty is like our encyclopedia? Do you know that?
He is.
Scotty really is. We only have to say something, and Scott is like boof on it. It's amazing, but he has actually heard of Shinto, so yeah, I'm quite interested in that. We'll have to share that link in Mod Chat as well. For Scott. But yeah, depending whether you're well or not. Hopefully you'll be well next Wednesday. We'll make sure you're well. We'll prod you and poke you. It's been a great laugh. Oh, thank you, Mohammed. You should have been on last week. It were even crazier.
Oh my God.
That reminded me, I want to look for a book that's about the Pottery Cottage murders in 1970s. Billy Haig murdered them after escaping from a police car going to Chesterfield Magistrates. Ooh. Can't. Claire, screenshot. I don't know where my phone is.
Oh, dear me.
Hey, I'll tell you something what were freaky before we'd gone live, and whether you believe us or not,
God,
it is honest to God, it's true. So I've got my phone at this side, so that's my phone, but we're on table there, and Claire's got her hands on her head.
Where it is now, not on
Her
table.
phone's there, and Claire,
Yeah, I was showing him a red head.
And she was showing me a red head. Next minute, I went, Claire, what are you ringing me for?
And you had your phone going, and it never registered what you said to me.
Claire were ringing me, and then she went, what's that? She went, why am I ringing you? She went, Lindsay, my hands were here. And we hadn't got it on film because it were like on pre-conversation we had before we come live. And I'll tell you something, it were right freaky. It were like, it just blew Claire's mind, and I'm like, why did you phone me? Because we're talking. There was no reason to phone, and she didn't catch your phone, and there was nobody around her at the time either. So
the phone was on end at table there where it is now. But the thing is I heard your phone going, and I didn't know it was my phone. And then you said, Claire, why are you ringing? It didn't even register. And then I looked at my phone, and I'm like, what?
Because Claire thought I'd got a phone call coming in off somebody else. Very strange. Oh, cheers, Jules. That'd be interesting. That it's the ancient Japanese religion, Scots. Yeah,
it was Messenger as well, weren't it?
They were on Messenger.
It was Messenger as well, so Siri couldn't have even picked it up. Not that I'd said anything, but it just
no, not had been said about any ringing, did they?
So if there's any energies
around Claire, if there's any energies around Claire,
not in my house, I don't listen.
Ring my phone. God, if my phone goes off now, I'd shit myself and I'd be out of this room like lightning. There is nothing wrong with your red hair. It suits you.
No, soldier.
It does. It looks lovely, doesn't it? Do you have voice command turned on? No, but even if we had voice command turned on, we were discussing hair. I didn't say phone,
Lindsay. I was talking about hair.
I mean, you've just said it now, and it's not phoning me. So
no, if it was, I can say like, "Hey Siri, phone Lindsay," but it would phone you on mobile. Yeah. Or I'd have to say phone on WhatsApp or phone on Messenger. But for it to just phone you on Messenger when I was talking about hair.
Yeah, it were. But honestly, it were one of the strangest things to have gone off. My earphones can call my last contact if I hit them right. So annoying. Randomly called a friend at like 4 a.m. once.
I've not even phoned Lindsay. I can't remember last time I spoke. We text, don't we? I can't message. I can't remember the last time I phoned you.
We text or chat on WhatsApp or through Messenger, mod chat or whatever. But yeah, it's don't you be phoning me at 4 a.m. in the morning, Scotty boy.
Weird.
I don't know. Right, guys, I think, God, Claire, do you know how long we've been going for?
God, it's got to what?
2 hours and 7 minutes we've been talking for. Oh my God, women can't
I didn't know I could talk. Didn't know I could talk for that long.
No, I didn't either. I didn't. Yeah, dear. Well, at least we've had no cream spilt. I've not tried to show you me.
We're not no snake.
I've not tried to show you me water because I'm drinking water tonight. I'm being good. I know. Never put two women in a room, honestly. You'll never get us out. So it's been a great chat. Yes. Well, I hope everybody gets some sleep. I'm going to let Claire say your goodbyes first.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Take care. Sweet dreams.
Stay safe. So, everybody take care. Stay safe. And we shall see you live. I'm going for healing tomorrow. So it'll be late when we're going on tomorrow night. It'll be a bit later than normal. And Friday, I'm not sure what's happening Friday. And Saturday we are live investigating. It does start at 7 and it finishes at midnight. We won't be going live till around about 8:30 is normal time, maybe 9 o'clock even, just so everybody, we get everybody in position where they want to be and what they want to do and everything else. So yeah, look out for Saturday night, guys. Just check for post because it will be up and we will be live. Can't wait. Hopefully after that the weather's going to be nice so we can get back out investigating, and yeah, it's going to be amazing. So yeah, so everybody take care. I will send you your love. I'm going to speak to her in the morning. Well, I'll message her in the morning and make sure she's up and that. But she was really poorly earlier on. She couldn't even lift her head off the pillow properly. So yeah, she's poorly. But I think Yo-Yo's on about going on and doing some late night chats as well. So I don't know whether she'll do it on her own page. I don't know whether she's going to do it on her own or whether. Only thing is when Yo-Yo wants to do late night chats, but only problem is for Yo-Yo to go live, I have to be up. And I'm not always up and in bed, so I don't know how we're going to work it out. But we'll try and sort something out. But yeah, hopefully she might join us one night next week for a little chit chat. We'll see what's happening because if Soldier's coming on and we're going to be talking about Bigfoots and that. Yeah, might just.
And we need to get a demonologist.
We do. Let's get hunting for a demonologist. Have a gander through Facebook, Claire, and see if you can. I'll have a look as well and see if we can find any reputable ones between us. So I think that's an idea. And even message them, even send them a message and see whether they'd like to come on with us one night and Monday night or Monday night or a Tuesday night would be good, wouldn't it? So. Right then, guys, you take care. Sweet dreams, everybody. I'm now going to wake Johnny.
Night, everybody.
Stay blessed.
God bless.
Bye.